everyone, welcome to episode 34 of Otome Shimai.
I'm Vicky.
And I'm Vika.
And we are sisters who play Otome games.
Hi, sister.
Hi.
Long time no see, sister.
I know.
It's been a while.
It's not like we don't talk every single day.
Yeah, and see each other at least 2 or 3 times a week. However, we don't hang out with you guys that often, and so we are happy to say hello to all of our awesome listeners.
Yes, it has been a while since we've been able to record a podcast, so today is Vicky and Vika's filler episode.
That's right. It is a filler episode. I am coming at this as if we have made an appointment with all of our listeners, and we are doing a checkup.
Hello, we still exist. We still have a podcast, and
yes,
we're gonna, let you guys know what we've been doing lately instead of recording the podcast, and then just a smidge about why we haven't been recording the podcast. But
first, who are you doing this week?
Who are you doing this week, sister?
I am doing Kuroba, the very delicious doctor from Olympia Suare.
Who is he voiced by?
Suabe.
No,
damn it. I don't know.
Sugita Tomokazu.
Oh, damn it.
My favorite voice actor.
Yeah,
you are doing my favorite voice actor, Sugita Tomokazu.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing his. He's got a great voice.
He does have a great voice, yes. Well, what do you think of Kuroba so far?
I like him a lot.
Why?
Because he's brilliant, and also he's a huge flirt.
And has a sexy voice.
And he has a sexy voice, but definitely because he's a huge flirt. I think this is going to be one of those games just like, oh my gosh, what is the game that I always think of, that I enjoy every single character?
Not Code Realize.
Not Code Realize.
Because you don't like Impy.
No.
Pio Fiore?
No, because I don't like Jan. Bustafellows.
Bustafellows.
Yeah, I liked all the allies in Bustafellows. Mm-hmm. I like all the allies so far in Olympia Suare. Yeah. I have a feeling I'm going to like them all. Because I've done 3 routes so far. I've done Tokisada's route. I have done Blue Man's route that I can't remember his name of. And Riku. Yeah, I've done Riku's route. And I've done can't remember his name either. Purple Man.
But you like them all.
But I like them all. It's too early, guys.
We're getting used to talking into a microphone again.
Yeah, it's been a while. Please ignore me. Sister will be good at this because she's a great talker. I just need to jump back in and try my best. So
I just don't shut up.
Bear with me. Anyways, who are you doing this week?
I am doing Oda Nobunaga from Ikemen Sengoku, the Switch port.
So you did Oda Nobunaga already on your phone.
Yes, on my phone. But first, guess who Oda Nobunaga is voiced by?
Sugita Tomokazu?
Yes!
Hey, we're both doing Sugita Tomokazu!
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
That's really nice.
Yeah, but yeah, oh my gosh, you guys. So, Vika and I have played Ikemen Sengoku on our phones, the localized version.
Mobile version.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys know that because we did 2 episodes on that, but they ported the Vita version to Switch.
Yes.
Very recently. For Japanese, yeah. And I got it, and it is fully voiced.
Yes, it is fully voiced.
The mobile game is not fully voiced. It is fully voiced, so I get fully voiced Oda Nobunaga, who's voiced by one of my favorite voice actors. I have a lot of opinions about the Switch port. Some are good, and some are not so good, but I think I'll go into that once I've played a little bit more because I want to do more routes. Oda Nobunaga is still the first route that I have done in this game so far, and I want to see if I have the same likes and dislikes about generally most of the routes.
Yes. Well, I'm looking forward to it, for sure.
Yeah, but so far I'm enjoying it. I mean, I know the story, but I played it in English before, so it's really exciting playing it in Japanese now and just getting the fully voiced goodness. Like, I cannot express how much I am enjoying this game being fully voiced. It's so sexy.
Yeah, it is.
Like, this is rated Zero D for a reason. There's lots of sexy sexing in it.
I know, but I'm sad.
Because it's not localized.
No, because you can't date some of my favorite men in it.
Yeah, well, but you can date some men who you cannot date in the mobile game.
True, but I haven't dated them yet, so I don't know what they're like.
It's because you can't date them. The only reason why you have not dated them is because you can't.
That's right. Their roots are not available in the mobile game.
Yeah, I will lend you the Switch version once I'm done.
Awesome.
Cool.
So, today's topic.
Where were we? What were we doing?
This is a filler. We're just going to talk at you guys.
This is a filler episode.
Yes. So, like my sister said, we've been away. We ended up taking an unofficial hiatus from the podcast for a little while. We won't really go into too much detail about why.
It's not nice, so we're not going to talk about it.
Exactly. You know, real life shit happens.
Yeah.
But we did continue playing games, and we have occasionally streamed on Twitch during our break, so that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so first we're going to talk about what we were playing. So not just what were you doing this week, because it has been many weeks, and we have been doing many LIs and some non-Otome game stuff. So let's talk about Olympia Soiree first.
Olympia Soiree. Oh, my goodness. I love this game. It's so good. Like I said, I think I'm going to like all of the characters.
Yeah.
It's a really good story, so far, at least, I think. And there's a lot of, like, I don't want to say mythology, but history behind it. So it's really nice to be kind of thrown into another world with its own background that's kind of familiar as well. It's fun. I like it.
Good.
And I really like the main character. She's great.
Yeah. So I actually started playing Olympia because when we both got Olympia Soiree, we were planning on making it reviews in twos. But when I started playing it, I was, and I still am going through some health issues, and brain fog is a big difficulty that I'm having, which means that translating games in Japanese in my head, even with a dictionary that have that level of mythology in it, is really difficult. So I ended up dropping it really quickly. And I'm sure I'll pick it back up at some point once my brain starts to work again.
Yeah, also, like, it's a little bit emotionally charged. Of all of the routes that I've done so far have some sort of traumatic thing happening, and I have cried in all of them.
Yeah.
Like, literally all of them. And most of them do have fluffy aspects to it, like, so I was talking about how Yosuga is a flirt, right?
That's his name.
Yes. That's his name, Yosuga. He's a flirt, so is Kuroba, but, like, you don't expect there to be so much deepness, and I can't. I love it too much, and I'm waiting for me to cry with Kuroba's route. It hasn't happened yet because I haven't gotten into the trauma.
I'm sure you will. I've heard from other people that Kuroba's route has a lot of crying in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to do it. I really am only able to play in, like, my very, very off times because I too have a lot of brain fog and I cannot focus on very story intensive things right now.
Yeah.
So I'm splitting my time between, like, games, and I'll talk about this later, games that are not Otome related, not very heavy on the story, and also binging crime shows.
Yeah.
And then Olympia Soiree. That's about it. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
What were you playing?
So, since Olympia did not work out for me, I was like, if I'm going to play something, it has to be something with really easy Japanese that isn't going to, like, make me cry all that much, and that's just really fluffy and a lot lighter. And luckily, I had Tokimeki Memorial Girls' Side Fourth Heart.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So I ended up doing a number of playthroughs of Tokimeki Memorial, and it was exactly what I needed. It's something that I don't have to pay a whole lot of attention to. It is a stats-raising game, though, so it's not as straightforward as a lot of the other more just, like, visual novel style Otome games that we play.
You have to pay attention to, like, going to school and what classes you're taking and what do you do in your free time.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think the most difficult part for me there was reading the walkthroughs, because they're not like normal walkthroughs.
Yeah, they're not linear.
No, they're not linear at all. It's like you have to have, like, you have to raise these stats, and you have to have, like, these types of clothing, and you have to, like, do this so many times before this date, and you have to do this and this and this and this, and it's a lot more it's a lot more complicated, but the Japanese is simpler.
Yeah.
Because you're literally going through all 3 years of high school. But then, because it's a stats and affection raising game, you also run the risk of going for one character and then your affection is suddenly higher with another character. And there were a couple of times where I was going for one character and then another one was like, no, I like you. And I was like, fine, I'm just gonna switch to you because it's easier.
because it's easier and I don't want to go back and try to fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you also don't have to date anyone. You can just, like, live your best life and be friends with everyone.
Have you done that yet?
I haven't completed a save file because the last save file that I have, I was going for a character who you don't go to school with.
Oh, okay. So hard to interact with them if you don't go to school with them.
Yeah, you have a part-time job with them, but I, like, missed some key events, and I realized, like, oh, I'm not gonna, like, get this guy's any ending. So I ended up dropping it for a different game. I've been switching back and forth between a bunch of games, and that's really unusual for me.
Yeah, it is. I think all the stuff that's been going on has made our routine very, very irregular.
Our routines have been really bad.
Yeah.
So I know that there is another game that you also tried.
Yeah, I did. I got into... So you tried Olympia Soirée, and you're like, nope, this is not going to work. I tried to play Love Unholy because I have been really into, like, the sexy stuff. And it was recommended by someone awesome on Blurdy's Discord. Shout out. I think you know who you are. But the problem with that is the game is time-bound.
Oh, no. So it's another Mystic Messenger.
It's another Mystic Messenger style game. So the art is really cool. I like the 3 guys. I like the main character. I dig her because she plays video games and she's, like, kind of into her own thing. But yeah, I, like, the first time around I tried it, I couldn't get my notifications to work, so I wasn't getting the time-bound notifications. And then second time I tried it, the notifications were working, but I kept missing it, and I was like, you know what? This is not the time. I am not consistent. My schedule is not regular. I'm just gonna save this one for another time. So instead of that, I hang out with gay cute boys in New Carnival.
Yes. New Carnival, the one game that we have both been consistently playing since day one.
Exactly. Yeah.
In fact, I am the guild leader of our guild.
Yes! You are the guild leader of our guild.
It's not really our guild. It's the Smut Brigades Guild, which is a subdivision of the Blurdy tribe, which is Blurdy Otome's fan club. Yes. So I guess we're also a subdivision.
Are we a subdivision of Blurdy Otome's fan club?
Potentially. I don't know.
This is getting very confusing.
It's confusing. But yes, New Carnival. New Carnival is wonderful. It's not an Otome game. It is a gay smut game.
Yes, it's an Amare game.
It's an Amare game, except it's BL. It's literally like you are a guy and you go and you have sex with the other guys, and it's also an isekai, and it's just
it's also an isekai. Yeah, that's right. It is.
It's great. It's very, very, very not safe for work. It's like the most not safe for work game I have ever played.
Oh, it's not the most not safe for work game I've ever played, because I have played some that have been like geared towards men.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of eggplants in this one, y'all.
A lot of eggplants.
But it's fun. I think this one is easier for us too because it doesn't take a long time commitment. Like you log in, you do your dailies, you commit, you finish all the things for the guild, and then you kind of like go about your day. Yeah. So it's very much easy to keep up with.
Yeah, I like it. We're definitely having a good time with that. I may have spent a little bit too much money on this game because I am weak to gacha, but it's currently the only gacha game that I'm playing, so I don't feel too bad about occasionally spending money on it.
Yes, I play many gacha games, and I am not weak to gacha, so I'm not that bad at it.
No. Yeah. I'm a completionist, so it's a problem.
Yeah, well, you'll never complete a gacha game, you know that, right?
I am aware of that. I'm very aware of that. It's sad.
Yeah. Well, you already spoke about Ikemen Sengoku. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, so for Ikemen Sengoku, the Switch port, let me just give you a couple of my overall thoughts on it and some of the similarities and differences from the mobile game that I have found. So, good things, it's fully voiced.
Yeah.
And they did add to the story. So that is something that I have enjoyed because it's not just literally me playing the exact same thing over again. There are some new scenes. Here's something that's kind of a double-edged sword. There are new CGs. There are more CGs in the Switch version than there are in the mobile version.
That's good.
Yeah. In the mobile version, you only get 2 or 3 CGs. In the Switch version, I think you get 9, and then some of them have variations.
That's kind of nice.
But they only give you overlap of CGs for the opening CG.
Oh, okay. You know what? I think you told me about this when I was watching you play one day, and you were like, "This should have been a CG," and they did not give you a CG.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah, so what ends up happening is because they don't give you the CGs that are in the mobile game, at least from what I've seen so far, there are some scenes where it's obvious that there should be a CG there because it's like a very important pivotal point in the relationship or in the story. And then there's just nothing. And it feels kind of empty.
Sad.
The other thing is that the backgrounds are different from the mobile game. And in my opinion, the backgrounds in the Switch version are not as nice as the backgrounds in the mobile version.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
And I have to wonder if that is because Cybird reuses their backgrounds in the other games that they have. And the Switch version, it's not just Cybird, it's also Otome and Idea Factory.
I see.
So I have to wonder if that has copyright stuff in it. And another thing is that there are little to no background noises in the Switch version.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So when they're sword fighting, you don't hear sword fighting?
Not really. And when there's a battle going on, you don't hear the battle noises.
I don't like that.
Yeah. So and so far I am enjoying it because I already like the game and I like the fact that I'm getting new things in the form of like fully voiced and some extra story and some extra CG. However, if you have never played Ikemen Sengoku before and you're going in just thinking, oh, like this is a new Switch game that's going to be fun and cool, it is not going to be up to the same standard as a lot of the other Switch games that you have played. So if you're already a fan, I think you'll enjoy it. If you're not already a fan, you're probably going to be kind of like, I don't really understand the choices that they made here.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play when you're done. Give it to me. I want it. I'll play it in Japanese. I'll try anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious to see what your experience is like because I really we love Ikemen Sengoku.
Yeah.
I like the mobile game. I'm obsessed with it. It's so good, and so I'm excited to see what they have in store for us for Switch. But I don't know. I can't put what you're telling me into
context.
Like you have to. I have to play it.
Yeah, you have to play it.
So we'll see.
Yeah, and I think you'll like it just because it gives like the extra stuff. But yeah, I mean we will see. I am wondering if they ported it to Switch because the mobile game is still extremely popular and it's also popular for English-speaking audiences and will potentially be localized.
I certainly hope they're going to localize it. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, but I also worry that if they localize it, then complaints will be coming out because it's not as high quality in certain ways as some of the other games that have been localized in terms of the background and the production quality.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll see what they do.
We will see.
You would think there's enough money behind it. It's Idea Factory and Ultimate, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
I also don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows what Ultimate's doing except for Ultimate.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What about non-Ultimate games? Because you said that you were playing a bunch of non-Ultimate games.
Yeah, so I am playing a bunch of non-Ultimate games. My normal run-of-the-mill games that I usually play, Genshin Impact, I have been playing every so often, so that's there. But I haven't been pulling in the new banners, just kind of like trying to get through the story, doing that thing. Also, regularly playing Sinnoh. I have been playing this game since day one, and I have not stopped.
No, you haven't.
That's right. I love the guild aspect. Shout out to my guild Infernos. Just saying, y'all are great. I love you. And I also started playing another new mobile game, which is the Hatsune Miku rhythm game called Colorful Stage. It is so cute. It is so freaking cute.
It's about friendship, right?
It's about friendship. Yeah, there's different Mikus, there's different worlds, there's different groups that come together. I do have a favorite group, but I'm not going to say who it is because I feel like that might change. I'm really good at changing my favorites. We should talk about tennis too before we stop. And then in my free time, I'm playing Fire Emblem Three Houses and Fire Emblem Warriors.
Fire Emblem is a thing that I don't think you've ever stopped playing.
Well,
It's
so
like, it comes in waves.
it comes in waves for me. And the reason I picked up Three Houses is because of the Three Hopes, the other Warriors game. So the Warriors game that I'm playing is the older one because I never finished it. So I'm kind of just like grinding in that one. And the reason I'm playing Three Houses is because I wanted to finish all the storyline before I jumped into Three Hopes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing in my free time. They're all non-Otome games. I tried some different Otome games. The only one I'm playing consistently is Olympia because that's like the only story time I have focus for in my brain. But yeah, what about you? Are you playing any other non-Otome games?
Yeah, I have jumped back into Stardew Valley.
Oh gosh, how many hours have you sunk into this game?
Oh my gosh. I have one save file that has like 500 hours and another that has like 300, and this is my third save file. I like it. I love Stardew Valley. But I started a new save file because I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in and I'm going to have something that I want to accomplish. I'm going to have a goal. And so my goal is that I am turning my farm into a coffee shop. Now, for those of you who play Stardew Valley, you know that this is not actually possible.
So people can't come in and drink coffee?
No, but what I can do is I can raise coffee beans, I can turn it into coffee and espresso, and I can raise cows so I have milk, and I can like mill sugar and I can decorate the outside to make it look like a nice little cafe.
Can you make the inside look like a cafe?
But it's my house. I don't want them to come into my house. What I can do is I can create like a storage shed, and I can decorate that like a cafe, but I'm not sure if I want to have an indoor cafe and an outdoor cafe, or if I just want to have an outdoor cafe. So
this takes a lot of planning, I think.
Yes.
This sounds very much like something you would do in your free time.
So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm still relatively early on in the process.
Yeah.
But I have a goal, and I will get to that goal.
Yes.
And it will be done, and I'm having a lot of fun because it doesn't take as much brain power as a lot of other things.
Yeah, I think that's the theme here, y'all, is
we have no brain power right now.
We are focusing our brain power on the other things that are happening in real life, and with games, it really is an escape.
Yeah.
It's enjoyment. It is time to ourselves to get away from everything else. So, what have we been streaming?
We've been streaming a lot of things, actually.
Yeah, we have been streaming a lot of things.
So, first of all, we do something that we call PS Tuesdays.
PS Tuesdays, because we play the PS2 on Tuesdays.
Yes, and we specifically play older Japanese Otome games that were made for the PS2.
That's right.
Because when I was in high school, the only gaming system besides like a Game Boy Advance I had was a PlayStation 2.
Yes.
And I had that PlayStation 2 since like 2001. It was actually the first gaming system that I ever bought by myself.
Yay!
Saved a shit ton of money for that when I was a child.
Yes.
Very proud of myself.
Good job, sister.
But I ended up buying a whole bunch of Japanese Otome games before I spoke Japanese.
Yes.
And so what we ended up doing was, obviously, I don't have that original PlayStation 2 anymore, but we found the games. We found I had like 7 or 8 Japanese Otome games that are super, super old.
Yes.
And so
we decided we'd play some.
Yeah, I went and I bought a new Japanese PlayStation 2, and the first game that we started playing for PS Tuesdays is Gakuensai no Ouji-sama.
Yes.
Or Prince of the School Festival. And what is that, dear sister?
It is a Prince of Tennis Otome game.
Yes, it's an Otome game based off of the anime and manga series, The Prince of Tennis. And it was actually the first Otome game I ever played. It was the first Otome game I ever bought, and it's because I was mildly obsessed with The Prince of Tennis back in high school. But you know who had never watched any of the Prince of Tennis anime before?
Me. She's talking about me.
Yeah. So this was all completely new to Vika.
Yes, and she's talked about it before. I knew she was into Prince of Tennis, but I didn't quite get it. I don't really like sports anime.
No, you're a magical girl person.
I prefer magical girls. Although now that I know that Prince of Tennis is basically a magical girl anime with tennis players, like, I'm kind of into it. So we've been watching it as well, and that's fun because my favorite changes every cycle here.
It's hilarious. We're on episode 58 now?
Yeah.
And it's great because we're starting to meet the other teams other than the main team, Seigaku, and Vika's favorite, it's just different every day.
It's different every day, yeah. Sometimes I'll watch, like, a couple of episodes, and because the episodes are, like, one match takes 5 episodes to finish. It's ridiculous. Like, they will be playing the same match for, like, 3 hours. Okay, that's an over-exaggeration. It's not that long because the episodes aren't that long, but still. So my favorite will stay that way. But then they'll play another match and I'll be like, oh, now this person's my favorite. And it really just depends. So right now, my favorite is Momo-chan Senpai.
Even though we're watching Shishiro?
Well, we just started watching Shishiro.
Okay, so...
Yeah. I still have attachment to Momo-chan Senpai because he went to the hospital to help deliver not really deliver a baby.
No, like, very few people listening are going to understand what we're talking about. But the Prince of Tennis is great, but it's also really funny because you cannot get the entire anime series on one platform.
Yeah, it's gonna be a struggle for us to try and watch all of it.
Yeah, so...
We started on Hulu, and now we've got Funimation.
Hulu has most of the first 2 seasons, and now we're on Funimation, and Funimation has a whole bunch of episodes, so we'll be on Funimation for a while, but then we'll have to find other episodes, and it'll just be interesting.
Yes.
But anyways...
Sorry, we were talking about Otome games. There is a reason we're talking about this. It's because on PS Tuesdays, we stream on Twitch. Tuesdays, tennis days, Gakuen Sai no Ouji-sama, and we have done, like, 3. We've got 3 LIs that we've done so far.
Yeah, so Gakuen Sai no Ouji-sama translates to Prince of the School Festival, and the basis of the game is that you belong to one of these schools that's in the Prince of Tennis universe, and you are helping the tennis team...
like, organize their events for the festival.
Yeah, and it's this inter-school festival that one of the characters, Otome, is putting on because he has lots of money and lots of free time, apparently.
Yes. The tickets to win are Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. It was really funny, too, because we did his route first.
Yeah, we did Otome's route first.
And in every one, like, in the route you're playing... the person who you're dating wins the festival. So it was really funny for Otome to be like, I put on this festival, here's my reward. Oh, but I also won. Great, good for me. Good job, Otome. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I derailed us.
It's fine. So we did. We started with Otome, which was really funny. And we started with Otome because his voice actor is Suabe Junichi. And we put a poll on Twitter. And we put a couple of different voice actors, and obviously Suabe Junichi won.
I mean, I love Suabe Junichi, so I can't complain.
Yeah, and then the second character's route who we did was Marui.
Yes.
And what did you think of Marui versus Otome?
I mean, they are distinctly different. Distinctly different. Atobe's route was the MC trying to figure out why he was paying so much attention to her. And then Marui's route was MC being like, here's gum, I love you. I didn't get it. This kid's obsessed with gum. I don't know.
Anyways, we're now on to Sanada's route, and Vika's very happy about that because Sanada just yells at you all the time and she's into that.
Yes. Oh my god, I love it. I love when they're angry.
You do.
It's
really like grumpy men.
I really like grumpy men. And grumpy people in general. I mean, if you're grumpy, I probably really will like you.
Yeah. Anyways, so Gakuen Sai no Ouji-sama, we're not going to do all of the LI's routes in this game because there's like 25 of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's ridiculous. However, we are going to continue playing tennis games because the next one we're going to play after Gakuen Sai no Ouji-sama is Tennis no Ouji-sama Doki Doki Survival.
Yeah, because they didn't stop at one Otome game for the Prince of Tennis series. I own 3 of them. First one I got was Gakuen Sai no Ouji-sama, and then the Doki Doki Survival series. There are 2 games, and those games are about you getting shipwrecked on a deserted island with a bunch of the characters from the Prince of Tennis.
What does this have to do with tennis?
I mean, there's a tennis court on the island.
There's a tennis court on an island? Wait, you get shipwrecked on a random island that has a tennis court?
Yes.
You're kidding me. This is absurd.
We might as well call PS Tuesdays Tennis Tuesdays. We have other
There
Ultimate
are other games we could play.
But it's just too much fun.
We're on a tennis kick. We're on a Prince of Tennis kick. Especially because it's new to me and I still don't know all the characters' names.
You will never know all the characters' names.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. There's like 100 of them. I remember them as we go on, but if you showed me a bunch of photos right now, I'd be like, I don't know.
Oh, well, I can barely get through the main team.
You never remember Kawamura. Never. So right now in the opening, it shows like the main team's characters, and I quiz her every time we watch the opening, and she's never gotten Kawamura's name. Not once.
I'm sorry. I get Hachimitsu. What?
Tezuka,
yeah.
Kunimitsu.
Hachimitsu.
His first name is Kunimitsu.
His first name is Hachimitsu, and I've changed it because Hachimitsu means honey, and I want to call him Honey. I want to marry that man. He's great. Tezuka is marriage material.
Tezuka is marriage material. Yeah, so that is what we've been doing on PS Tuesdays.
You mean Tennis Tuesdays?
Tennis Tuesdays, sure.
Well, for now. For the immediate future, it's Tennis Tuesdays. We'll try to figure out another PS2 game to play, because there are others. There are others that I really enjoyed as well, so it should be fun.
Yes.
We also do streams on Thursdays, but those are a little bit irregular.
We don't have a regular type of game that we play on Thursdays, but we are going to tell you about the games that we have played.
Yes. So we have played Delphine's Discovery.
Delphine's Discovery by Anna, X Plays Games.
That's right. It is an indie game. It is one MC, one LI, one storyline, and it's so fun. Yeah. That was a fun game to play. It was really interesting.
We had a really good time playing Delphine's Discovery. If you haven't played any of the games by X Plays Games, we highly recommend that you go and check them out. Delphine's Discovery especially was... it was a wild ride. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. You're very emotionally invested in it.
Yes. You are very emotionally invested in it. I really like the main character.
Yeah. It's a mystery too.
It's a mystery too, yeah. And I think that's one thing that really vibes with me, is because I love mystery, like, genre. Mystery books, crime novels.
Yeah.
Crime television shows. I'm all about it. So...
We had a lot of theories with Delphine's Discovery, and some of them were right, and some of them were way off base.
Yes.
So if you end up playing it, please let us know what you think. What are your theories about it? Because it's one of those games that is just so much fun.
Yes, it's super fun. And then we, totally pivoted from indie games. We did not play an indie game after that. We played Scandal in the Spotlight.
We played a Voltage game.
We played a Voltage game. And here's the thing, guys, is I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but I canonically do not like Voltage games. I don't play them. I think they're terrible. And we played Scandal in the Spotlight, and I was all for it. I don't know what happened, but it was fun. It was fun to play. It was ridiculous and absurd and kind of stupid, but it was fun to play.
So, for those of you who don't know, Voltage games are mostly mobile games. They also have some Switch ports, but they are basically the trashy airport romance novels of the Otome game world. You don't go into a Voltage game expecting it to be super well written. You go in because it's going to be dramatic and trashy, and depending on what you're playing, there's going to be a decent amount of smut. Yeah. Scandal in the Spotlight didn't have smut.
No.
But we only played season 1.
That's right. We had a lot of oranges, though.
We had a lot of oranges.
The MC is really all about oranges.
She is all about oranges.
It's really sad that we named her Banana. I wish we had known she was into oranges before we named her Banana in Pajamas.
We did name our MC Banana in Pajamas, which means that everyone called her Miss in Pajamas.
That's right, Miss in Pajamas.
It was a good time. Good time.
It was fun. We did the princess route.
Yeah. So the story, the main plot of Scandal in the Spotlight is you are an aspiring screenplay writer, and one day you were writing lyrics for a TV show that you were supposed to be writing for, and your lyrics get stolen by a major pop group, and then it turns out that their lyricist is missing, and they semi-blackmail you into becoming
their ghostwriter.
Their ghostwriter, and drama happens. Yeah. And then you start dating one of the characters.
Drama and love.
Yeah, drama and love.
I don't think we ever found out what happened to the actual lyricist.
No.
He disappeared.
You don't find out until, season 2, I think. Or maybe you have to do, the Poster Boys route. I forget. We didn't do the Poster Boys route. We did Iori and Joe's route. And it was really funny because when we first started, Vika was like, I hate this guy. But then she found out that he was, grumpy with a heart of gold.
Yeah. And then he became my favorite, and I loved him. The CG under the stars. It was so beautiful. I love CGs when they're, together under the stars. It's my favorite thing.
I just like all of Voltage's backgrounds because everything is really out of proportion. And the furniture is always, like, very strangely placed.
Yeah, and also looks really uncomfortable. Yeah. Remember that bed in the cabin that basically was just, like, a mattress and maybe a sheet? It's like, no pillow, no blankets. Like, whoever lives here, it's sad.
Yeah. So, Scandal in the Spotlight was a good time. And then, after we were finished with Scandal in the Spotlight, we had really good timing because P-Cube Indies was nice enough to send us a copy of Arcade Spirits The New Challengers in advance. So we got to play that. We got to stream that a couple of days before it was actually released, and that is what we are currently playing now.
Yes, that's right. It's our Thursday stream. I really like it. I like going back to an indie game. Like... Well, although P-Cube, it's not really an indie game.
Well, it's P-Cube Indies, so it is technically an indie game.
Yeah, it's really good. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, Arcade Spirits The New Challengers, there's a lot of customizability?
Customization.
I like customizability.
Okay, yeah, make words. It's fine.
I like making words.
Yes. There's a lot of customization. You can choose what to do with your character. You can choose what to do with your rival. You can choose who to fall in love with.
And it doesn't matter what gender they identify as or what gender you identify as. You get to choose all that.
Free love. Love for everybody. It's
love
my favorite
for everybody.
kind.
I know. We like love for everybody.
Yes. I also really like the main character is a game player.
Yeah.
Like, I really like when they do this in games.
It's about video games.
You're like,
it's wonderful.
You can relate. You really can relate.
Yeah.
And the voice acting is also really good. I really like the voice acting in this game.
Yeah.
It is in English.
Yeah. Arcade Spirits The New Challengers has a lot of representation. And I remember actually when we first played the demo back in like September, that was one thing that we both got really excited about. I got really excited because there was someone with a cane.
Yeah.
There's a love interest who is disabled, and that hit me like where it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because for those of you who don't know, I use a cane. I am disabled, and I occasionally use a wheelchair. There are a lot of things that I can't do that I used to be able to do, and that other people can normally do that I just can't. And, you know, you don't typically see that type of representation in the types of games that we play without it being like a super tragic and abnormal thing.
Yeah. No, and I like that you can just fall in love with someone and they are a normal person.
Yeah, and it's like this is my life. It doesn't have to be a horribly tragic story. I use a cane and that's it.
Life.
Yeah.
No, it's a good game. I like it. I've been liking Arcade Spirits so far.
Yeah. So what is coming up? What are we going to play after Arcade Spirits The New Challengers?
So we have a plan. And the reason we have a plan is because we are so freaking excited for the localization of Pio Fiore 1926.
Oh, guys, you don't even understand how excited I am to be able to talk about this with everyone, but especially my sister. I played 1926 when it came out in Japanese last year, and the fact that it's being localized...
Yeah, I didn't want to hear anything about it, so she's had to keep it under wraps.
It's so good. It is so good. It's so dark, though.
Yes. So the reason that we are going to play Pio Fiore now is because we want to prepare for 1926.
Yeah. So starting, I believe, at the beginning of August, we're going to be going through Gil's route, but only his best end.
Yeah. There's no time. There is no time to do all of it.
Yeah.
Let us say that, because this game is long. The prologue is long. Gil's route is... I don't want to go through all the trauma and the sadness. I just want to, like, fall in love with my favorite mafia boss.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I'm sure all of you do know, Gilbert Redford is our favorite ally in Pio Fiore. So that is why we have decided to do his route. But we're also going to have to use Vika's copy because I have the Japanese version, and I'm not going to translate that live on stream.
Yeah.
We'd get like 20% of what's actually going on if you tried to make me do that.
No, we're definitely going to play it in English. And we're going to hear a lot of Italian.
Oh, I love it.
So I'm excited for that. But yeah, that's the next thing that we're going to do on Thursdays. Sorry, not Tuesdays. Tuesdays is staying on tennis time.
Tuesdays is going to be tennis time until further notice.
That's right. What about other streams? We did some other stuff this year.
Yes, we did. So speaking of Gil's Root in Pio Fiore, we were lucky enough to be asked to participate in Blurty Otome's 1-year anniversary marathon stream.
That's right. Blurty has been streaming for 1 year up to that point, and she asked us to join in and join the conversation, have some fun, play a game together for a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, we didn't do much game playing. Because we were shooting the shit and being ridiculous.
That's what happens when you try to collaborate with people who are, like, actually your friends.
Yes.
You don't end up actually doing anything. I believe we spent a decent amount of time making fart noises and then trying to, like, read certain lines in sexy voices that were not actually sexy.
I thought I did a great job.
Oh, I did a wonderful job.
Yeah, well, with you and all your fart noises.
Anyways,
that was a fun stream because it was many, many hours long, and
we were there for the whole time.
We joined the whole time, but when we hopped in on starting to play Gil's Root, I did not realize how long the prologue of that game was, and we didn't even get through, like, the first few scenes. So.
I think we got through, like, 5 lines.
I think we met Dante, and that was about it.
Yeah, we met Dante. Did not meet Gil in Gil's Root, just met Dante. It was fine.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So thank you to Blurty Otome for letting us join in on that. And recommendation for all of our awesome listeners, if you don't know who Blurty Otome is, you should go check out her blog. She's got an awesome blog, and she streams on Twitch, and she's just generally great overall.
Yeah, she's wonderful. She really likes Megane characters.
Yes, and that is all we're going to say. We also did a giveaway.
Yes, and this was really interesting because Blurty Otome's marathon stream was on a Friday, and then the next day we did a marathon stream on a Saturday.
We were very tired.
We were very tired.
Yes.
We did a marathon giveaway stream of Code Realize. We were going for
Victor!
Yeah, we were trying to go for Victor Frankenstein.
Sweet baby Megane boy.
And we completely forgot that Code Realize is like 90% common root.
Yeah.
We streamed for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And we got through 4 chapters of the 8-chapter long common root.
We didn't even get into his route.
No. And the thing is, we actually made really good time.
Yeah.
We were actually playing. We were not just sitting there and
we
talking.
We were going through. It was great. I mean, we were chatting a bit with all of our friends. But yeah, we didn't get through much. And we tried our best to spend as much time with him as we could. And it was very, very actiony, but we didn't even get to, like, the crazy parts.
No, we didn't. We're not gonna do another 12-hour stream again because that was too much for us. If we ever do a marathon stream again, we'll probably cut it at 10 hours.
You know, we were only planning to do like 8, and then
we both got second wins, and then we both passed out.
We'll never have a second win again. When the second win comes, we stop.
Yes, exactly.
But there were 2 winners.
Yeah.
We gave away art books, official art books.
Yeah, we ended up giving away 2 official art books. We gave away an official Diabolic Lovers art book, and we gave away an official Alice in the Country of Spades art book. Yes. And sister, how did we end up with 2 extra art books?
Well, because my sister cannot manage her orders.
Because it's my fault. Okay, so, but only one of them is because I couldn't manage my orders.
Yeah, the other one was an accident, and they're like, just keep it. Shipping's too expensive.
For the Alice in the Country of Spades art book, I pre-ordered it twice from 2 different places, and I forgot that I had because I pre-ordered it like 5 months before it was actually released. Maybe not 5 months, maybe like 2 months. I like to exaggerate things. But with the Diabolic Lovers art book, the seller accidentally sent me 2, and because it was shipped from Japan when I contacted them, they were just like, keep it, because them paying to have it shipped back would have been more expensive than the art book itself.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So, yeah, we had a little giveaway, had some winners. Congratulations to our winners.
Yeah, the winners were Windrops and Mage Mammon.
Thank you, Mage Mammon and Windrops, for joining us.
We really appreciated you guys coming through and your continued support, especially since, you know, these are 2 people who are with us fairly consistently. Yes. So it was really nice to see.
We're really glad to see that you guys won. Yeah, so we hope you're enjoying those. So shall we wrap up?
Yeah.
We've talked about our games we've played. We've talked about the streams we've done. We've talked about some future stuff that we're going to be doing. We could talk a little bit about the future of the podcast. We will start releasing episodes again.
Yeah, but it won't be every week. We're going to aim for twice a month.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we can do it, then we'll do it. But because we have both been dealing with so much other stuff in our life, we want to make sure that the podcast is still something that we are enjoying and it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, exactly. We want to, you know, just like we would advise everyone who's having trouble, like, take care of yourself. Give yourself space.
Yes.
Give yourself grace. And make sure you engage in self-care. And I think that's the one thing that we are really, really focusing on right now. And for us, the streams and the podcasts, like, that is still something we really enjoy doing. So we're going to continue to try and put stuff out for you guys and hang out with you guys. So yes, thank you.
So we appreciate everyone's, you know, patience and support. We love you all very much. And we have had a lot of people reach out to us who have seen through our Twitter that we're both going through a rough time, and we really just appreciate it so much.
Yes, we are super, super grateful for all of you. You're wonderful people.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. But, you know, it hasn't all been terrible. You know? Our brother got married. We talked about this on the last episode. We were going to be doing some traveling, and that didn't work out quite as well as we wanted it to, but we wanted to, you know, give them a big shout out and congratulations, because they got married.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And it was fun. And they're wonderful people, too.
They are wonderful people. So congratulations to our brother and new sister-in-law on their nuptials.
That's right, on their nuptials. We love you both very, very much.
Yeah, congratulations, Ted and Rachel.
You are wonderful and you are loved.
Yes.
And yay, a new sister.
We have a new sister!
Yay!
New sister.
Sister.
I mean, she's amazing, and I mean, they've been together for so long. It's like, she was basically our sister anyways, so.
It's great.
It's wonderful.
Yes. So, thanks for joining us on our little wrap up here.
Filler episode.
Our little filler episode. I hope this was a worthwhile way to spend your time, just getting to know what's up and
what's up with you.
Yeah, what's up with you?
What's up with you?
Ooh. And seeing and getting excited for what's coming next. If you like what you hear and would like to support us, we have a Ko-fi account where you can donate to us keeping the podcast going, because it still does cost money to keep this podcast going.
Yes, we have been still paying money despite not putting out episodes.
Yes.
That's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. We're doing great. We love it.
We also have a Twitter and Instagram where you can stay updated on what we're up to and other cool Otome related stuff.
Also, feel free to swing by Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays when we're streaming and say hello.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Bye!
It's raining men!
Hallelujah, it's raining men!
Hi, friends.
Hi, friends! It's raining men? That's what you did? You added that at the end?
Vika just gave me a look.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed today's episode. It's the first one in a while for us, so we're really, really excited to share it. Today, we wanted to go over our streaming schedule after the podcast.
Ooh, you know what? We might be super, super loud. Let me turn that down a little bit.
No, we're okay.
Oh, we're okay?
We're
okay.
fine.
We're fine. That's right. You're listening
I can
in
hear
one
it.
ear. Wonderful.
Yes. So our streaming schedule for the week of August 1st to the 7th.
Yes, so on Tuesday at 6 p.m. we're going to be doing Gakuen-sai no Ouji-sama. We still have a little bit left of Sanada's route to go before we switch out, so we're going to finish that off.
Yes. And then Wednesday, my sister's going to be doing a Vicky streams for Tokenramu Warriors.
Make their shirts fall off.
Yes, she's enjoying the nakedness of the virtual men.
I am. And then on Thursday at 6 p.m., we're going to be starting Gil's Route in Pio Fiore Faded Memories.
Yay! Real story time for us on Thursdays, so I'm excited to jump back into it.
Gilbert Redford.
Yes.
Exciting.
No new episode for us this weekend because, like we said in the episode that just came out, we are not doing weekly episodes anymore. We're doing it bi-weekly. So we will not have a new episode. However, we may or may not attend Crunchyroll Expo depending on what's going on with their ADA stuff.
Yeah, if you guys have been following us on Twitter, you know all about that. I've got the cane and the wheelchair, so obviously I need to know stuff about ADA accommodations, and they have been less than forthcoming, and it's been very frustrating, but
Yes.
if that gets resolved, then we will be at Crunchyroll Expo on Sunday.
Yeah, so if you're there and if you're in California in the South Bay, swing by. We'll come see.
Yeah, we'll be wearing shirts that say Otome Shimai, so you'll be able to find us.
Yes. Anyways, thanks for joining us today. Hopefully we'll see you this week at streams, and if not, thanks for listening, and we're happy to be back.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.